Yay! Welcome back to American Truck Simulator and happy Tuesday. And today we are doing some carrier work for UPS. UPS Freight to be more specific, and UPS have provided us with a rather basic specification Cascadia. It's a 4x2, so it's kind of built for city work. It does have a Detroit diesel transmission in it. It's the DTDO, I believe it's called, the overdrive. And we've given this with a, we've given it a 3.55 final drive, so it's quite a bit shorter than the standard 2.85. And the reason for that is, well, one, we're in California, so we don't need to go over 55 miles an hour, right? I mean, needs a strong word. And secondly, this machine is powered by a DD13, a 370 horsepower engine. Now, having spent most of the year to date driving around in a Macar that does not have 370 horsepower, and doesn't have an automated 12-speed transmission, it feels a bit of a luxury. But today's trucks are a little different than what they were going back, well, I would say 20 years, but it's more like 50 years. So yeah, this is a bit of a different specification machine. We have the full package of electronic safety aids on board today as well. UPS want to keep their drivers safe, and in fact my lights are on for safety. I love that little line. Anyway, let's go ahead and head on out of here. We've got an hour, well, it's a bit less than an hour now, to deliver this mixed tank. In fact, actually, I want to, you know, I probably should have, yeah, I don't want to be going this way. I want to turn around. I want to take the coastal high road, the coastal road today. So I got to turn around. Karl is providing the navigation and direction today. Karl is Deutsche, he's German. And if you speak German, great. If you don't, or if you can understand German, great. If you don't speak German, don't worry about it. It's pretty clear when he's upset with you. I want to turn around here. Can I use this yard? I mean, I'm going to, but whether I should, ethically, it's probably, you know, I guess let me ask if they're okay if I were to turn around here. It's just a courtesy, right? Am I still on the road? Yeah, I am. Let's pull forward. You know what? Let's get the window down. You don't mind if I turn around here? No? Okay. Well, I'm going to assume that that's okay. Let me get my window back up. This is throwing it down with rain. Forecast is fit to rain all day. That's okay. We don't need to worry about the rain so much. We have wipers. Good profile of the truck here. They do look a little strange as a 4x2. There's a lot up front and not a lot at the back. The mixed tank is only 15,400 pounds, so it's quite a light cargo. But you really want a light cargo with a 4x2. You don't want to exceed those axle weight limits. Let's go ahead and tuck it in tight here. This trailer, which might have been a delivery option for me if I decided to take it, but it wasn't, so we took this mixed tank instead. This is a World of Trucks journey, so we do have a speed limit of 65. It's not going to matter. We're not going to be getting up to that speed, and if we do, it'll be down a hill, and it's just going to cut power. We can see the bumper there has got this assistance radar. Well, actually, it's just above the bumper to stop you from crashing into things, or help prevent you from crashing into things. The brakes actually stop you. And I may have made a bit of a mess of this. Let's jump back in the cabin and just see, am I going to clear this? I mean, I think maybe. So, see that little amber warning light there on the pillar? That's telling me that there's an object to my side. Just in case I didn't know. Alright. Okay. Yeah, we will. Alright. I hope this white car is stopping, because... Or turning off. Yeah, he is. Okay. Alright. We're good. Just. Okay. Yeah, I want to take the coastal highway today. It would be scenic if we were if it was sunny, and California sunshine is guaranteed for all. But evidently, it doesn't mean every day, and it might stop raining. I mean, we might be lucky. Let's do a bit of navigation, shall we? In fact, let's orientate myself. I really want to go to that view on the map. So this particular Cascadia has the digital dashboard. I'm still in two minds about this dash. I've used it enough that I'm okay with it. It helps that I'm driving an automated truck with an automated transmission, because it's a lot harder to see your engine speed. And I guess that's one of the reasons why they were comfortable putting it into pretty much all of their Cascadias, I believe. You don't have a great big gauge and a needle that flicks around that shows you what your revs are. And I think, let me just jump into this map view here. Okay, I'm actually in the wrong lane. All right, and this is the road I want to take. So I guess Highway 1. Okay, I'll get in the left lane, and then we turn left pretty much at that service point. So we should be able to get in the left lane, no problem, pretty straightforward. We're going to turn left and then left again. So let's take another view at the outside of this. We've got a Texas specification exhaust. We've got the single stack. It's called a standard for the Cascadia as opposed to the bottom. Most trucks in Texas seem to come with a single stack. Not entirely sure why. I mean, maybe it's because it looks cool. I don't think it's noise with a single stack, but it would affect where the sound goes. Right, let's indicate and turn the left, to head into the left lane, like so. So yeah, this is going to be it should be a straightforward trip, and like I say, having an automated transmission really does make life a lot easier, especially you know, if you're a fleet truck driver, and there's nothing wrong with either automated or fleet, but you want to go to and from a destination that day, and if it's a busy area like California and I braked way too early, yeah, having it change gear for you is very useful. Right, so we've got a green filter. Let's go. The Cascade is also seemingly optimized towards showing you your fuel mileage. I almost clipped the curb there. That's not how you take a left corner. I'm going to be in the left lane again. I'm going to lift off the power completely. Let us coast down this hill. There's my turning there. What else have I got? Oh, I've got a turbo boost gauge on my dashboard. That's kind of cool. Get on my brakes. So UPS's truck is pretty much the base model, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, you can't go wrong with a base model Cascadia. What I mean by that is we've only got the single fuel tank, so on the right hand side there is no fuel tank there. We have a big one on the left and nothing on the right. Does that mean that the truck is imbalanced? Maybe, because I sit on the left side as well, but I can put my lunch on the other side, so it's all good. Okay, got a green light. Try not to completely mess this corner this time. And I've also adjusted my my truck's suspension and stability settings. I was for a time running those at 50%, and I've put them back up to I'll put them down a little bit. I think I'm running 38%. Makes it a little harder to drive, and I'm very happy with that. This is going to be, I want this to be a challenging drive from the perspective of a fairly low powered truck, miserable weather, and just lots of twists and lots of turns. So we're going to see how well the automated box works with a shorter gear. I think the definition files for the transmission say it's, for this overdrive box, it's either a 264, and that is tall, or a 285 that is not quite as tall but still tall, like just over 1,000 revs cruising at 55, and that's fine if you've got plenty of power. But we don't have plenty of power. It's a very black side of the road there. I wonder if there's an issue with the texture. I'm going to kill the cruise control, I think. Yep. Oh boy. So immediately we would have to call the services. So I'd have to call UPS because we just broke the truck. But we're going to make like it's fine. I need to concentrate on my driving rather more. It was an understeering moment right into the barrier, and I suspect if this were real life I would have gone over the edge and be now in the Pacific Ocean. Okay, let's concentrate a bit more on my driving, a bit less on enthralling tales of transmission ratios, which I'm sure everyone came here for. Alright, I've set my cruise at 25. That's mostly to keep me going. Okay. What happened to my emergency brake assist? It didn't stop me from crashing, right? Okay. Yeah, this is. I'm not being the smoothest driver here. I can really work on my steering. I keep switching trucks, and so that the shorter trucks are a lot harder to be smooth when you steer, because the small input on the controller in my case has a disproportionately big input on what the truck does. And I really am a fan of using cruise control because that it helps keep your speed under control, especially if you turn on the engine brake and you've got automatic engine brake enabled. It'll try and keep your speed within a certain mile per hour of your set speed, and I've got the limit set at 6. So yeah, I gotta brake. Dang, I'm all over the road. That is not what a successful truck driver will be doing. Sorry, UPS. Okay. A bit more of a challenge so far then. Is that a truck reversing up here? Or was that just the perspective? What am I seeing? I think he was reversing. Oh, I see. Oh boy. Well, I'm glad it's not just me that makes mistakes. I guess I'll get my hazard warning lights, my four-way flashes on. I'm not sure that this is going to be recoverable. And do I want to like skip past? Yeah, I can't go anywhere, sunshine. It's being honked at from behind. All right. Well, I think that this truck here is toast. So I'm going to try and sneak my way through here. I think I can fit. Okay, let's go here. Yep, I think I should be okay. Not what you'd want to do in the real world, but I'm really want to get on with this trip and not make a complete mess, which I'm doing. I've got to get back onto my side of the road, so thank you for staying where you are, Mr. Red Jeep. Okay, come on. So it lets me roll back, which is interesting. I think I may have pushed... Oh, wait, okay. I thought I was going to push that. I think it's a Camaro out of the way, but there we go. Okay, let's turn my four-way flashes off and let's vacate the scene. We'll leave a business card. Wow, not exactly the start of this trip that I hoped for. And yeah, so okay. This engine definition does come from the Steel Productions engine pack. I'd kind of forgotten I'd set this engine, and it looks like I've only got one generation. I think there are several DD13s, several generations of it, but that's okay. It's not really a champion performer. I put my engine brake on so I don't exceed the speed. Okay, it's kind of a quiet engine as well, which is what we want. Wow. Get back on the power here, put the cruise up to 40 miles an hour. The game engine may well give me a bit less traffic because there's that hold up behind us, but eventually it will drop off the traffic modeling and the simulation, and you'll get a bunch more traffic, and we may have just reached that. I am going way too fast yet again. Okay. Wow. Not the most proficient demonstration of how to drive in American Truck Simulator. But the reason why we're here is to look at the scenery in the rain, but to look at the scenery nevertheless, and that is kind of pretty. Let me see if I can get a drive-by without wrecking. Looks like there's another Cascadia behind me. I'm holding him up. Yeah, there is. So that is beautiful. And here's the sun. I'll jump back in the cabin. I don't really want to crash. Gonna tap it up to 40. Let's get this thing moving. Up to 40. So I've driven along parts of this road in real life, and it is indeed a very pretty part of California. Gotta say, California for the most part is beautiful. You've got such a contrast between the desert in the middle, the Central Valley area. The northern is very lush and very green. The coastal high road is just this kind of rugged Pacific Ocean type. Not quite a beach, but it's pretty. And I know a lot of truckers and people have issues with California's politics. I mean, that's fine. As a resident of the US of A, right now I don't have a vote, and so I have no qualms either way with the politics. That was either a cat clawing at the door or I was getting pulled over for a speeding ticket, so I guess I was a cat clawing at the door here. If you hear some whining cat sounds, separation anxiety. He wants to know what's going on in here and who I'm talking to. Maybe I'll introduce the kitten to the channel at some point if it'll just sit still for long enough, right? Oh yeah, that is very, very pretty. Is that whoa, are they ships on the horizon or is that just rain? I don't know. Quick snap back to the front view. I don't want to crash again. And let's check how long we've got. 32 minutes to get there. Okay, that's 3-hour drive in the game, 32 minutes of real time. We're going to be fine. Hope that's not foreshadowing. Yeah, so I don't think we're going to use top gear anytime soon. But we're in 11th at 40. That's the direct drive for this particular transmission. I believe it's the direct drive. You know, it might be 10th. But okay, yeah, this is another very, very pretty section. And yeah, we've definitely got some texture issues taking place here. And one of my mods will be causing some kind of issue, I'm sure. I don't know which one. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Yeah, this is very pretty. Now, as well as the prettiness, this particular road with my graphics settings is working my computer pretty hard. In fact, right now it looks like my GPU is kind of maxed out. It's running a little warm, so the fans are running pretty high, but that's what you've got a GPU for. I will also say, I'm about to speed, I will also say that it's not as smooth as it could be, but the rain will do that, along with I've got a mod that it gives you extreme draw distance. That does have a bit of a tax on the system. All right, so engine brake's able to keep the speed under control, which is nice. And my mileage, let's see if I can look at my mileage statistics so far. So 6.8 appears to be what I've averaged, which, given the circumstances, and this road is not conducive to fuel consumption, or the changes in speed. Every time you accelerate, you just throw fuel out the back, or out the top in this case. So cruising at 55, the Cascadia, with this configuration, maybe not the shorter gearing, but with the standard gearing, you can get 10 to the gallon without trying too hard. And I mean, if I took the highway road, and that's almost certainly why the game said take that way. Yeah, we wanted to take the pretty road. Okay, limit's gone up to 55, so I'm going to tap cruise up to 55, and we'll hope for the best. We might get to use 12, so what's that? That's 1300 revs, there we go. So we're in top gear at 45 miles an hour, so actually we were pretty close to using fifth. I'm going to put cruise to 50, accelerate it back up to 55 to help me get over this hill. How well does it cope with that? Right, we're losing a bit of speed, but it pulled it. When you come to a hill, there are times if you can see the hill is ahead of you and you're able to tap up or accelerate or increase speed a little bit, by feeding in more energy at the bottom of the gradient, you can reduce your fuel consumption overall from the bottom to the top of that climb, because you're going to let the speed bleed off, or the speed will bleed off as you go up the hill. But if you minimize downshifting, I'm going to downshift here. Nope, it should be okay. Keep it at 50. Yeah, I'm going to use some engine brake now. Put it down to 40. Engine brake seems to work pretty good, which is nice. So conservation of energy. When you climb a hill, you gain potential energy as you're climbing. If you don't have enough power to get you up that hill at your current speed, you can exchange kinetic energy, which is the energy that you have to do with speed or velocity technically. You can exchange that into potential energy as you climb. So your speed drops, but your height changes. So KE drops, PE, potential energy, rises, and then when you crest the hill, you lift off the power and start to convert that potential energy back into kinetic energy. So you accelerate down the hill, exchanging height for speed. And what that can mean is you manage the throttle. So when you climb a hill, you try and, maybe you're going to lose a bit of speed. That's okay, because you'll get that back. But you don't downshift unless you absolutely have to. Because every time you downshift, they add a lot of control of vibration there. Every time you downshift, you increase the revs, so there's more friction, you're producing more power. It burns more fuel. I have not explained that particularly well, and I'm trying not to crash. The long and short are, if you can climb a hill without shifting down, what's going on? I'm getting a bunch of warnings going on here. If you can accelerate, if you can not downshift going up a hill, you will save fuel. Still going to use more climbing. Now, if you're doing some heavy hauling work, and you shouldn't be using a truck like this. Oh wow, this Cascadia is overtaking me on double yellows. And now he's changed his mind. Yeah, how did that work out for you, sunshine? Wow. California drivers, right? To be fair, I don't think that's just California. I know that's not just California. Now, interestingly enough, the oversized load banner on the back, I believe, is meant to indicate that your cargo is over the edge of the trailer, and that is not the case here. Maybe it wants a long load rather than the oversized load. Now, perhaps the regulation is different in California. If you know, drop me a comment below. That's easier than me Googling it, right? Awkward moment. Yeah, let's put my cruise back at the 55, even though I'm about to slow down. That's to get me up this hill, and then as I start to crest it, so about now, I'm going to kill the cruise, kill the power. We're losing speed, and then we're going to start to pick up as we go down the hill. I will use a bit of engine brake, like so. Yep, the limit drops to 30, so yeah, off the engine brake. Tell the world we're going to be turning right. Now this looks like some kind of weird junction. What's this? because the road splits and we choose the right lane, and then I think we join up. Whoa, way too fast, David. Come on. Get kind of used to driving on automatic, and you can lose your perception of speed. You're not shifting gears. And to be fair, when I'm recording a video like this, it's hard to know what to pitch the sound levels at, because I still want to be able to hear it a little bit. You may wish to hear it, but I don't want it to drown out my quiet dulcet tones. Okay. Merge here. I'm going to get the cruise about up to 55. Quick check. What does the GPS say? Well, we're now on, I guess, a main highway. Let's check that. So we're 29 miles out, and I think it's going to be plain sailing from this point. Excuse me. Let's go back here. My instantaneous consumption's 5.5, and we're still getting up to our cruise. Okay, almost there. Let's tell it to cruise at 54. Right. So my instantaneous mileage, so it's to the right of my speedometer. It's now showing 8, 9, but it's going to vary quite a bit as we go over gradients and apply and remove load, but much more efficient. And that's really what I want, or what UPS wants, because they're paying the fuel bill today. So we're coming into, I believe, Santa Fe. No, Santa Maria. Duh. Looks like we have an exit coming up. I'm going to kill the cruise, let the truck coast in. See, my mileage has gone straight up to 99.9 because it's effectively not using any fuel. We're using a little potentially. It's going to downshift in a second, so we're in 11. We're in 12th. We'll drop to 11th. Not yet, though. Okay. I'm actually going to set the cruise now. I thought we were taking the first exit, and we're not. And we could, but I don't want to. Let's follow the direction. Good grief, this truck has 1.7 million miles, almost 1.7 million miles. Right, off the power, give it some indicator. Check what's from the right. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Going to use a bit of engine brake here. It's raining, so I'm going to be careful doing this, but it shouldn't downshift that aggressively so we lock up the driven axle. That would not be good. And engine brake's just holding me on that gradient, so we're going to a bit of service brake. Kill the engine brake. Bring it up to a halt. Inch it forward. There we go. Looks clear from the left. Check the right. Make sure there's no one overtaking. No blue Freightliner. Alright. So, we're going to have to fill in an incident report for that little crash I had early on. But other than that, it's been a pretty eventful trip. You got to watch me driving all over the road. Well, that's not so good. But we at least got to test a shorter final drive version of the Detroit Diesel overdrive box. I'm going to pull in here. So take it nice and... Oh, see, I'm way too sensitive on the brakes. I might have to adjust that. Okay, we've got quite a tight turning circle, but this is quite a long trailer. Am I going to miss that? Yes, I think so. Just straighten it up. Pull to the right, and let's check in. Right, we've got a difficult parking maneuver and just difficult, so I might as well go with this one because both of those are not going to be easy. This is such a tight little yard. Okay, let's get it back in gear. Just steer left, just to make sure we avoid that little wall there, which I think we've more or less avoided. Let's just check. Oh, we're really close, but we've missed it, so that's all good. I'm going to get my four-way flashes on, I think. Right, so straighten up here. Using the external view does feel like a bit of a cheat, but you don't quite get the same sense of perspective in the cabin as you do in a real vehicle. And this is going to be a challenge. Okay. This is only 40 points, but let's see how that goes. So I'm going to straighten up here. Close to the wall. So now I want to give it some left lock. Put it in reverse, and I want to point the back of the trailer towards the corner where it's going to be going. So that's probably enough lock, maybe. Okay. I guess UPS could have given me super singles on the back, which can help fuel consumption. And this is actually an interesting trailer. It's very surprisingly maneuverable. Let's pull forward a little bit. Okay. Let's try and get back underneath it. I'm in danger of hitting this, I guess it's a road roller. It's being worked on, I think. Yeah. Okay. And it wouldn't be me reversing if there wasn't a whole bunch of snaking around, right? Yeah, I managed to utterly mess this up. Oh, maybe I can recover it, actually. Okay, I mean, I didn't completely mess it up. I just mostly messed it up. It's a bit like Monty Python. He's not completely dead, he's just mostly dead. Now, they would take that as having completed the parking, but I really don't want to have the shame and stigma of leaving the truck at that such a horrible angle. So I'm going to go ahead and straighten things up. Yes, I know we've gone off the green. That's okay. Let's back this back in. Okay, so that wasn't as hard as I thought. I still didn't do a great job of it. I'm still doing it. Okay. This is like not how you reverse, and I just hit the wall. Okay, I am going to hit that's good enough for government work. So let's go ahead and shut this down. That just about wraps up today's video. I'm not going to go through the mileage and all that kind of jazz because I really have spent long enough driving this truck like very amateur hours. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you have, you know what to do. If you didn't enjoy it, you also know what to do. And let me know if you want to see more of the of the freight carrier stuff. There's another video due this week. By the time you watch this, I'll have already created it. But feedback is important. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you at the next one. Goodbye.